have the pleasure of now interviewing Floyd Schofield. Floyd, huge fight for you coming up on Saturday night, WBC lightweight world title against a pound-for-pound star right now in Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's a huge opportunity, right?
Yeah, it's very huge, and I'm glad to take the opportunity by storm. I'm just gonna go in there and do my best.
Yeah, listen. When you're the challenger, 9 times out of 10, you are the underdog. You're the guy that gets that opportunity, and you have to. History says that you can turn that around. But how do you beat someone like Shakur? You would have studied him. You would have followed him. I mean, how do you beat someone like that?
Got to make it a fight. You got to make it. You can't try to sit there and just think with him. You could. You might get lucky for a couple rounds, but who's to say that he won't pick up on it? So you got to make him fight. Make him get uncomfortable.
I've been doing a lot of research on you, actually, because you was one of the fighters on the card where I thought, yeah, let me check this Floyd Schofield out. I'd heard of you before, but never really studied you. When I did start studying you, I recognised that you're a good fighter, great balance, control the space well, switch hit, heavy-handed as well, and you just look at that. But then I went deeper into your life, going back to when you was a child, etc., etc. That told me that you've got the dog in you as well, because your upbringing was not the easiest, was it? You didn't have the easiest start in life.
Yeah, I didn't have the easiest start in life at all. Me and my dad, I don't really like talking about it, but, him being homeless with a child, it was hard. It was hard. There was nights where he couldn't eat, and, there was nights that I couldn't eat, it was bad, and it's just crazy to see how far we came, and, this fight means everything, forget the belt, forget Shakur. We're not trying to go back to where we came from. That's hard. And he's never had to go through that. He's had his mom, he had his family. I didn't have any of that. It's just me and my dad. So
yeah, that's testament to you, Floyd, because of the way that the things that you've had to overturn in life and overcome in life. This is now the easy part, right? Now you're reaping the rewards, the fruits of your labor. Like, you see the skill set that you've got, but that puts the dog in you, that sort of stuff. Like, I know the history of fighters and where they come from, backgrounds, etc., and that gives a fighter an extra edge, and you will certainly have that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then me becoming a new father, that's another thing that it altered my way of thinking. That this isn't for me. Every day I speak to him leading up to the fight, and every day I look him in his eyes, and he's 4 months, but I don't want to go back home and look him in his eyes and feel like I disappointed him. So I'm going in there to prove a point.
How does that change your mindset as well, like that? Like, when you become a father as a young fighter, I'd done that, by the way, as a young fighter, and it elevated me to another level. I got the opportunity to fight for a title, I took it with both hands. Does that inspire you even more now, because your life's totally different?
Oh yeah, most definitely, because everything you do is now for your son. And Saturday night, this is for my child. I don't care, like Saturday, I don't care about the belt. I don't care about none of that. One, I want to make him pay for, just who he is as a person. I don't like him as a person, an individual. And two is, like I said, I got to go home that next week and look my son in the eyes. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to feel like a disappointment. I mean, it's sad to say, but it's the truth. And, I just got to go in there and handle business.
Here it is. How does Floyd Schofield tear up the script here? Because Shakur Stevenson is considered a pound-for-pound star, the new Floyd Mayweather. They talk about that, and you've seen him, and he's done nothing wrong so far. How do you tear that script up?
I mean, it starts first, before the fight. I'm in his head, I seen him when I was doing my interview. He gave me the middle finger. Like, you went out your way to flip me off while I'm doing the interview, bro. Like, I'm in your head rent-free, and that just goes to show me your mental is weak. I don't have to do none of that. We fight Saturday. The games are over. So I feel like that's going to be the first step. I just want to break his mental, and then just break him down.
What don't you like about him? I mean, what is it? Where does this go back from? Does it go back from anywhere, or is it just to build up to this fight?
Just the person who he is. He tries to act tough. He tries to act like a gangster, something he's not. Like, to be honest, if we want to be for real, none of us, we ain't gangsters. We're boxers who grew up in a boxing gym. And I just hate the way that, how he thinks of himself and how he just talks to people, It's crazy. I don't like that. I'm more with be humble and, appreciate your opportunities. And I just don't like that. I don't like those type of individuals.
I think the difference is, though, that the dog's within. And that's the difference with certain fighters. Certain fighters have to go soul-searching themselves and find themselves. But I think through your experiences in life and where you are and that natural talent you've got and that gift that you've got that you take into the boxing ring, I think that's maybe why you're at peace with yourself and you're humble and you just want to do your talking in the ring.
Yeah, that's all. You know, that's where I have my fun. You know, the talking, it's good for the fans and whatnot, but at the end of the day, that's just going to make it look worse if you have a bad performance.
This is talked about as the best card in boxing history. How good is it to be a part of that?
Oh, it's amazing, and I would like to thank His Excellency. You know, I appreciate, you know, him putting me on a card like this. I would like to thank Golden Boy and my dad for making the fight happen. You know, I couldn't have done it without them. And Turkey, I feel like he's good for boxing. He's great for boxing.
Was you surprised you got picked to box on this show?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I seen the interview of Eddie saying we sent the offer before anyone else seen it. I seen it. He said we sent the offer to Kid Schofield. I was like, you lie? Like, let me go look. And then so we get a text from Golden Boy, and it was true. So I was excited.
Man, like I think that when you look at the scope of this card, and you look at that, and you go like, and where Shakur sat right now, and you saw your name. This is no disrespect to you. You saw your name pop up. You go, who is this young kid? Once you look into it and you delve into him and have a look at him on YouTube, you know that he can fight. That is for sure, and this is a real fight.
Yeah.
But that's what boxing's all about, and that's what Riyadh season Turki Al-Sheikh is doing. He's giving you young fighters the opportunity. That's huge, man.
Yeah, very, very huge. You know, 22 years old. No other 22-year-old is doing this at my age. Fighting a 3-time world champion.
Brilliant. Well, listen, look down that lens and tell our viewers how you win the fight on Saturday night and how you steal the show on Saturday night.
I just feel like I steal the show, you know, because I'll be making history. And then on top of that, I'm just excited to give you all a good fight. You know, this is going to be Shakur's first non-boring fight, so enjoy. And Saturday, tune in.
Listen, great speaking to you, mate. Floyd, best of luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, mate.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.